Hi, ma'am. Welcome to the L Cube Show.
Hi. Thank you very much. And also, I am very happy to see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Srikala ma'am here was a superintendent of engineer when I knew her, when I am trying to contact her, but she is now the director, right? The director of the Kerala Engineering Research Institute.
Yes,
Yeah.
sure, ma'am.
Yeah, so today we're going to, for the viewers, we're going to discuss about the dams, which are used for irrigation, which are built for basically for irrigation purposes, to control the floods, and for power and electricity, which we all know. But there is a lot behind that. Particularly, we are very lucky that because Srikala ma'am is into the engineering and they have these testings going on with the soil, construction, and everything. So we'll know a lot about the behind story of the dam. So first, tell us about yourself. Hi, dams.
Thank you, Pratisha. Dams are we constructed across the streams to store water and the water for irrigation purposes and also for water supply and industrial purposes and for mainly for flood controlling and navigation purposes, inland navigation purposes, and in industrial aquaculturing, etc. Then these dams are the structures which hold large quantity of water that can be used for irrigation purpose.
What is your background, ma'am? Like, what do you have to study to come into the irrigation and dams and engineering and all that? What kind of engineering should you be doing?
Civil engineering.
Okay.
I studied civil engineering.
Okay.
BTech in civil engineering.
Okay. So when I was looking for someone to talk about dams, ma'am, I thought only men work there. But when I saw you, I'm like, wow. So women can take over that industry, and then women are running those. Whenever you see those huge projects and everything, you think that it's not our cup of tea. But when I saw you, I'm like, I was amazed, ma'am.
Yes. When I am working in a water irrigation project, now I am working in Kerala Engineers Institute, Research Institute. Before that, I am working in water irrigation project, Valley irrigation.
And you are the superintendent engineer there, like
yes, sure, yes. Where all the engineers are assistant engineer, assistant executive engineer, and me also. All of them are women.
I saw that around 5-6 women were there, right?
Yes. The management and operations are done by our women engineers only.
Okay. Before we get into this dam stuff, ma'am, is it different for women or men, or do you think it's the same at the end of the day?
Yeah, it is the same. Yeah, women can do anything.
Yeah, because people think that those are patients which are like with lot of pressure, sometimes particularly in flood times and all.
Sure.
Yeah, so
in flood period, we are we need very much caring.
Be very
caring, and yes. Attention is needed to control the operation of spillway shutters and to control the flood water level in the reservoir, etc. So very much caring is needed.
So proud,
for the operations.
Really proud of you. Proud of your achievement. So let's get into the dams, ma'am. Everyone know. I'm sure the school kids know, and everybody with the general normal knowledge know that the dams are for basically first thing we know is for irrigation purposes and electricity purpose. When I was doing my research, I did not know, ma'am, that dams are built to control the flood, and I was little confused. I'll be very frank with you. I was little confused. How do dams control the floods? I did not understand that part. Can you please explain to me why your dams choose to build to control the floods, and how is that?
Dam is a massive structure, and it has a many catchment area or reservoir area. So from the catchment area, when rainfall occurs, we can collect the water in the catchment area up to the flood reservoir level, a full reservoir level, FRL. We can collect up to that reservoir level. So that from the steep slopes or from the catchment area of the hilly regions, water inflows comes to this catchment area, to the reservoir area, and by constructing these dams or by constructing a barrier across the stream, that much water collect in the reservoir area.
Okay, so
it will not run. We can control the water in the reservoir.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's say there is no dam at certain place, but the water force is so heavy. Since
Yes.
we have the dam, a certain level of water is being stored. Otherwise, the water is going to go down and destroy all the places flooded. And
Yes.
to
Yes.
stop that, you
Exactly.
build the dams.
Yes. Yes. For control the dam, for control the water by constructing a barrier.
Okay,
Barrier. Then
and also use it
after
for
after the
irrigation.
rainfall, we can control the spillways, and we can run off it to the stream, or gradually we can run off.
Release it.
Release it. Yes, release
Okay.
water.
So according to that, you're going to use for irrigation and electricity purposes.
Yes.
So water, like, how do you choose the place, ma'am?
After conducting many surveys or conducting various types of surveys, we are selecting the dam site, because many characters to be mentioned or to be surveyed for the site selection. It is an important factor. The topography is the main point. Depends upon the topography.
Topography, ma'am. What are the, like, explain to me in understanding in very basic layman terms, what are the main things that you will be like, okay, this is a tick, it's good. This is a tick, it's good. What are those main?
Yes. Between two hilly areas, there is a narrow stream. Wherever we requires a narrow stream between a hilly regions, then that is the best suited site for the dam sites. And when it is in narrow and U-shaped, we will select for gravity dams or concrete dams. Gravity, it's a type of dam, ma'am.
Okay.
The weight of the dam itself resists the water pressure. Then it is a gravity dam.
Okay. Right. And what is a concrete dam then?
Concrete, this gravity dam is also a concrete dam. Concrete dams. Then there are different types of dams is there. Then
how do you decide what type of dam we should construct here? Let's say you found a hill area with a narrow stream area. How do you decide? Because some dams are straight. Some dams are curved like this inside. How do you decide the shape and everything? According to what is that decided?
Depends upon the geological factors also. Not only topographical, geological factors also. We consider the type of dams. Which dam is suitable for this site, etc. Then when it is a narrow V-shaped dam, V-shaped stream, then most suitable is for arch dam, like an arch dam. Or when it is a plain stream, then it will be a embankment dam, whether it may be earth-filled dam or rock-filled dam. Then and also the geological nature, that means the availability of rock at the site location is more important. When the the foundation of the dam will rest on this rock, must be rest on the rock. That rock must be hard or granite type, because the load is coming to this rock, rest on this rock.
Okay. So rock where you decide to construct the dam, that should be solid.
Yes, solid rock. Before the construction, we are conducting so many studies or borehole test of rock or the soil, how much depth of rock is available, and the strata of each strata of soil. All much studied, geological survey. Study is conducting for the selection of dam.
According to the strata, ma'am, like how deep do you go into the earth? Like how many meters, or how deep should it be?
Up to we getting a hard stratum. Okay. Hard stratum for the soil.
Until you get the very hard, you do study until that.
Yes. Then we get a hard stratum, and from that strata to about 6 to 9 meter, we done the borehole. We take the borehole details.
What is the maximum deeper, as per your knowledge, that went, ma'am? Like, what is the maximum deep?
Maximum deep, it depends upon the nature, the site. That may be about 15, 20 meters or 30 meters, depends upon the soil, nature of soil.
And how many gates
Varying.
while designing, how many gates and all was also decided by the amount of water coming from the river or stream?
Yes, while designing a dam, so many parameters required.
Yeah, please tell me little bit, some parameters, not the whole. I'm not asking you the complete story. Basically,
It's a vast area. Yeah.
basic level which we can understand. Normal, like normal people can understand.
First of all, we conduct a survey. After surveying, we get an idea of the site. Then how much water can store this reservoir area, and what type of soil is there, the types of soil, and the depth of each strata of the soil, whether it may be soil or moderate rock, or hard strata, hard soil, or hard rock, etc., etc. By getting these values, we design a dam, the structure of the dam, whether it may be concrete dam or it may be earth filled dam, it needed earth filled dam, or rock filled dam, etc. And also what purpose is for this dam. Then for irrigation purpose, then how many cut area, that means how many acres or hectares of land needed to be irrigated. Then which type of crop is there. Then it's and also each for cut area for each crops, etc., is needed. And also the environmental climatic conditions, environment, whether the water is available, this much quantity of water is available to the reservoir area, availability of water, rainfall data, inhabitations, many parameters are we collecting for this designing of the dam.
My understanding, will there be dams only for irrigation purpose and only for electricity, or it's always combined?
Yes, whenever we propose for irrigation purpose, electricity also we will consider for electricity purpose. Electricity and also water supply.
Water supply.
It's a major water supply.
Let's say, ma'am, particularly when you're building this dam, I understand the design factors and design aspects of it. What about these natural disasters? Do you have to keep that in mind also when you're doing? I'm sure when you're doing the strata check, you will know if this is earthquake prone area or is it a flood prone area. You get all the information also when you're doing the research.
Yes. Mostly we select the free from earthquake forces or earthquake area, because so many earthquake forces will affect this dam structure. So mostly we prefer free from earthquake area. But but which place has earthquake tendency, we will provision will give while designing for the coefficient of seismic coefficient, designing to resist these earthquake forces.
Oh, so in design you can actually resist the earthquakes also.
Yes. Seismic coefficient is providing while designing.
Right,
yes.
While designing itself. Hopefully we don't have many in India, but
yes.
Definitely we can't say, right? With these natural disasters and all, we just can't say. So there is this thing provided always.
Yes.
And how generally, what is the lifespan of a dam?
Mainly if the dam may be well constructed or well maintained or well managed, then the lifespan we designing for 100 years.
Okay. What did you mean by well managed and well maintained?
Rectification. We are doing rectification works. Whether it has any deterioration or any damages has occurred, we will rectify it annually or at the suitable time. We will done the rectification work.
Damage happen? Is it because over the period of time collecting water, the pressure?
Yes.
Okay. So, but you have to keep rectifying the mistakes also and keep repairing it, and that, of course, that's the maintenance.
We have damage management authority. Then the management authority will search or will inquire all the details, and they will visit the site properly and will give the suggestions what we will do. So as the direction of that management authority, we will do the proper work.
So, particularly, you have always been posted in Kerala, right? You work for Kerala in Kerala government.
Yes.
We did this podcast with Rajan Gurkal sir. He was a historian, ma'am. He was speaking about. We were talking about some early human history and everything, and then we were talking about water storages, how early humans did, and everything. And then he told me about how water is not absorbed properly in Kerala soil. That is why we have all these floods and everything.
Not at all, because Kerala is a heavy, steep, slopy area. Kerala, its altitude varies from -2 to 1,500 meter, about 80 kilometers to 100 kilometer. The altitude, the slope of the area, and also our structures or reservoir area, the farthest distance from the inflow to the reservoir area is about 2 to 3 hours from the to runoff. That means the inflow and outflow or runoff time of concentration taken for from the inflow to runoff is only 2 to 3 hours.
Generally, what is the time it would be for other dams in other areas?
In Kerala, it is a steep area, heavy
Faster.
steep.
It will come faster.
Yeah, faster. The rainfall will reach to the reservoir area very faster, and there is no time to store in the reservoir. Before that, for taking 2 to 3 hours from the inflow to the runoff.
You have to literally decide in 2 to 3 hours that how much water is coming and how much it can hold and how much you can release.
Yes, only that much.
Pressure is too high when you're working, right? Particularly protecting the dam is also very important while supplying water, while giving water to irrigation and electricity. Protecting the whole thing, because I come from Andhra and then we have these huge dams as well. So we get floods only once in a while. We don't get floods as much as you do. But we always get the news that, oh, it reached certain level. We don't know if the dam can hold it or not. Then you're always on the move. You're always like on to the point, right? Did you face any issues, particularly in 2018 floods, ma'am?
2018 flood is an independent one, because before this 2018, 1924, the same type of flood occurred in Kerala.
Around
1924.
Around 100 years, like
that. At that time, 2018, from June 1st to August 19th 2018, up to 19 August 2018, the rainfall is very severe. Very heavy rainfall occurred.
August 19, 2018.
No, from 1st June. 1st June June to 19th August. Yeah, about 3 months.
Okay, right. Yeah, June, July, and August. Yeah.
We get more rainfall than the normal. In June, we get 14 or 15% more than the normal, and in July, that also more than 20% rainfall, and in August we get 164% more than the normal.
Wow.
That causes the floods in Kerala.
Yeah, because I think the most scariest this generation know is the 2018 floods. That is why I'm taking up that, because that's the most recent, right? It's very recent.
Yes.
And the amount of life loss happened and the amount of damage happened to people and the houses and everything, like all the infrastructure, it's huge. So how did you have to, at that time, I'm assuming you're working at that time, right? At the dams.
Yes.
So what was like, ma'am, the situation, like the flood and how you...
It was very panic days. Can remember.
Had to stay there
because
like, the time?
Yes. We want to stay near the dam location, because every minute or every hours we needed to watch the water levels and give information to the disaster management authority. So it was very risky job
You had
at that time.
You had to release the water also, right? to save the dam?
Yes.
Okay.
It was needed. It was needed to release the water from, because the rainfall in that catchment area was more than we expected. So we needed to release water from the reservoirs, because the inflow is more than the outflow or runoff. We needed to release the water.
But there will be
Saving.
warnings for the people who are living in the down area of the reservoirs. There will be warnings given to them, like we are releasing the water.
Yes.
How does that work, ma'am, generally?
Yes, the revenue authority gives information about this flooding, about the prone area, which area will become flooded. Then they change to the people to the safe areas, and they will do so many actions for rescue operations they done.
Yeah, I'm sure
All the departments.
Army also helped a lot in the Kerala flood situation. So in the dam, particularly during these floods, will there be big trees also coming towards the dam? Huge trees, huge everything.
So landslides will occur at that time. So because the rainfall is more than the normal.
Okay.
About Indian Meteorological Department studied that about 42% annual rainfall, more than the rainfall occurred from normal.
Yeah, I don't want this to happen, touch wood, but this is just a hypothetical question, okay? So if there is too much pressure water coming towards the dam, and then I don't want this to happen again. So how fast do you have to take the decision to save the dam, or else what will happen?
We have to inform revenue authorities or district collector for opening the spillway shutters, and inform the police authorities, and warnings will give to the local people, and etc. And after getting the sanction from the district collector, we after that we operate the spillway shutter.
Let's say we did not act on time, okay? What will happen?
Yes. Yeah, it will cause the damage of the dam, and the upper region will becomes flooded.
Does it overflow and then cause the damage underneath the structure of the dam as well completely?
It will collapse. Overflow, after overflowing, then it will collapse.
Okay, the pressure is so high. The water pressure is so high.
Yes, water pressure is more than we expecting.
Yeah, generally, why I'm asking you these many like some stupid questions as well is, we think water is like, it's so like normal. We don't expect many. Even when we see the tsunamis and stuff also, we think that what is the big deal until because every other pressure you can imagine, but water pressure, it's hard to imagine. It doesn't look like that. It looks very soft. It looks very, nice and everything. But once it happens, the damage caused is huge.
Yes. Water will flow through anywhere, wherever it gets the passage. Water will flow through this.
Yeah.
And its pressure is more. We can't assume the water pressure.
But do you have any equipment to calculate the pressure, ma'am? Always do you calculate the pressure?
Yes. While designing the dam, we will take the water pressure. Expecting water pressure, into account.
And every day do you check the water pressure? How does it work, ma'am? How do you check the water pressures, like how much it is there and all that?
We not check the water pressure, but we will check the leakage, any leakage or seepage occurs through the dam structure, and we will calculate the seepage of water. So
after construction of the dam, basically what you calculate is the level of the water. After it reaches
level,
we are getting
and so many instruments are putting inside the dam structure itself while constructing the dam. The seismometer for knowing the velocity, and so many instruments are putting inside the dam structure.
This is what we want from the podcast. So there are instruments in the dam structure.
Yes. I'm not remembering the so many meters are provided inside the structure. Not remembering the name of each
thing, but so by that readings you understand the level of everything.
Yes.
Can we repair those things if needed?
Yes. Yes, most of them we can repair.
Now, ma'am, we'll just come away from the very technical topic little while. How were the women working under you, ma'am? All that 5, 6 women, what were they doing? And what do you think is the difference? Like, okay, if you have men working under you and women, how was it for you? Like, what were they doing? Tell me what were they doing under you, and then how was it for you?
Yeah, the owner of the dam is mainly executive engineer.
Yes.
In Kerala, owner of the dam is under the control of executive engineer. Below the executive engineer, have assistant executive engineer, and below that assistant engineer. Then all days, in each day, the water level of the dam will check in every hour. Then, if needed, if anything is needed, then the assistant engineer inform to the assistant executive engineer. Then, from that assistant executive engineer, he inform to the executive engineer, and will do the necessary operations if any needed. And the controlling of dam also done by the or operations done by the executive engineer itself.
Okay, so you were the executive engineer, right? You were the executive engineer.
No, I am the superintending engineer, and I will give the directions to the executive engineer.
So you are over top above the executive engineer.
Yes. I will give the directions to the executive engineer for the operations or any other what we needed at that time. Then I will give the directions.
You were like the literal owner of the dam. You were the boss.
Yes.
Okay, so
above me, how one chief engineer also.
Okay. So how was it, ma'am? How was it? Because generally people don't assume women at dams because they think that you have to be more physical, right? Like moving around, doing things and all. It's not very comfortable sitting in one position and working. So how was it, women working? Like, do you think it's the same thing? They were very good in their work.
Yes, we are enjoying that duty. We are as the whole numbers will act as a single one. Then we will, as a due to this union, we can do all things. Whatever needed to be done, we can do at that time, at that correct time. We are enjoying this.
Are you all treating the dam as your baby? Because we have motherly instinct too. So everything we do, right? Are you taking care of the dam also like that? Like we have to take care of it properly.
That much caring is needed for these dam operations.
Yeah, generally.
When the water is for each dam have a reservoir maximum water level, full reservoir level. It's like that type of water levels. When we needed to watch these water levels, because above that water level some damages will occur. So we needed to caring should be needed.
You have to care it like a baby.
Yes.
Now, because you brought the point, ma'am. What are those levels? Can you tell me, like, what are the basic level to the top dangerous level of the water? What are they called? And
the full reservoir level is the FRL. We call it as FRL, full reservoir. Yes. Before that, after that FRL, we are not collecting water because that is the maximum. Then before that there is a maximum water level, but we will keep the water level up to FRL, full reservoir level, FRL.
Okay. Then the full reservoir level is the maximum. You always keep it. Above that, you have the full reservoir level.
Maximum water level.
Maximum reservoir water level. Above that, what is
no?
Maximum water is okay.
Yeah.
So always you have to maintain at the full reservoir level or below that.
Yes.
The only way to keep that happening is that by releasing water down.
Releasing water. Or otherwise we will, if needed, in summer season we are doing the irrigation. We are distributing water through these canals, and we will control the water level in the reservoir.
So the canals are in the reservoir side.
Yes.
Okay.
Whether it may be in left side or maybe right side of the reservoir.
Behind the reservoir, not like in front of the reservoir.
behind the dam structure, behind the
And the
dam.
dam structure, there are left canals and the right canals.
Yes.
And you know what? I always has this stupid doubt. Recently, I got it solved, ma'am. I always wondered how do they construct dams when there is a big river flowing? How do they construct these dams? And lately, I came
Yes.
to know. You tell me, ma'am, if I'm correct or not. That you deviate the water, construct it, and then allow the water.
Yes, by constructing diversion dams or by constructing diversion or ring bunds.
What is
the dam is the
ring bunds means?
yeah, ring bund means that also a diversion dam. Diversion dam.
A small diversion dam, and then you
Yes, yes. For doing the construction work in that area, the water will divert to another area, and we will do the construction in that area.
In that area, but mostly I'm sure you'll be doing it in the summer season so that the water is low, the
less.
But it is very hard, right? You can't. I mean, like it is hard to divert and all. You can't expect the nature, right?
Yeah.
And also, ma'am, before we get into what you are doing now with the KERI, the Kerala Engineering Research Institute, let's finish with your experience at the dams you worked at, ma'am. So I know that you worked at the
Muvattura.
the Muvatula Dam, right? So tell me that experience where you are like, oh my God, I will not forget this in my life. Is there any experience like that? Any one experience you'll be like, you are like, something happened. I'm like, oh my God, I can't forget this in my life.
In Kerala, we have two monsoon seasons. That is, one is southwest monsoon and the other is northeast monsoon.
Okay.
Okay. Then southwest monsoon that starts from 1st June.
Okay.
From 1st June. Then from 1st June itself, the rainfall started. Then for after that 8th of August, 8th and 9th, the rainfall is very heavy rainfall occurred. And also after that, 14th August and 14th to 15th, 17th, 18th and 19th. The last 15th to 19th August in Kerala, heavy rainfall occurred. That 164% above as the normal. So we can do heavy rainfall. The inflow of water is very much can control because the reservoir is full. The Idukki opens the shutters. Idukki reservoir. We have Idukki reservoir in. I am working in Malangara Dam. That is in Muvattura Valley irrigation project, and the water releases from the Idukki reservoir. That means after power generation of Moolamattam powerhouse, then it will reach to the Malangara Dam. Then the inflow is very much. Not only that from the rainfall, due to this rainfall, from the catchment of the Malangara reservoir, there is very much rain inflow is occurring. Then we can control. We are very frustrated. Then what we will do? Then after the informing the water levels to the higher authorities, we forced to open the shutters.
Okay.
Inflow shutters. Then needed very much caring or very not to sleep.
And
Informed
were you
to
also
the
worried,
revenue
ma'am,
authority.
because if you release all the water, were you also worried about the regions which are going to be flooded by that water?
Yes. Most of that area is a hilly region. The catchment area of the Malangara Dam is most of hilly regions. There will be landslides also. That soil and before you said that the trees all are flowing to this reservoir area. Then it is very difficult.
Yeah, and it was.
will settle
I'm sure it was very scary, like while raining, and then you have all that water to control and all that. I'm sure it is scary. So, was that the biggest challenging thing in all your career?
Yes. In Kerala, all dams are at that time. All dams are in.
How many dams are there, ma'am, in Kerala?
60, about 60 dams.
Okay, but still the flooding happened.
Almost before 14th of August, almost all dams are in full condition, full FRL level. or whether it may be a far level or just below the far level. After that, from the 15th August, dam will be
Okay. You know that it's
full
going to reach the full
or
maximum level.
yeah,
Okay.
far level.
Is there any changes
Because
done?
the inflow is very much. Inflow is very much.
Yeah, yeah. Ma'am, sometimes let's say because the dam is designed only to hold this much of water, right? And I'm sure the release gates are also not too many for or not for only for the big dams you have like 20 gates, 15 gates, but otherwise for some dams you only have like 4 or 5 gates only, right? You can't like you don't have bigger structures. Then if the water flow is too much, there is no other escape, right? You can only release the whole thing and just pray that the dam doesn't get affected, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any changes done, ma'am, by the government after the 2018 floods, which are for the dams and for the water? In future, let's say if we face the same kind of situation, any changes or any preparations for the future?
Yes, yes, ma'am. The government is doing some works because desiltation. After these floods, desiltation, so many lands, I said that before, so many landslides occurred and almost all dams are filled with this soil or deposits. So
Yeah.
it may be, it reduces the capacity of the dam or capacity of the reservoir to hold the water. So it may it should be changed or
Okay.
it should be removed from the reservoir.
Okay.
And also our lakes or riverbed also filled with these desilted materials. Yes, and the carrying capacity reduce. So we are doing the desiltation work activities
What is it,
in
ma'am?
the
Please explain distillation for me. What is that?
desiltation. Desiltation.
Okay.
Desiltation.
Okay.
That means removal of silt or the deposits from the riverbed or from the reservoir. That
Any
is
extra waste
desiltation.
which is there in the bed of the reservoir
Yes, yes. Deposited in the reservoir after the flood.
after the flood. Okay, so that's happening all over Kerala.
Yes.
Okay.
We are doing that work.
Okay, right. So let's get into your current position, ma'am, as a director. So I went through your some of the videos which Kerry has posted on YouTube, and then
Yes.
there was amazing testings going on. I was like, wow! So all this happened. So I did not know that all that happens. So first, let's talk about the soil testing, ma'am. So you have all these kinds of laboratories where you're testing soil, where you're testing concrete, where you're testing steel. So all these are for the before the construction of the dam, right? The which is used for the construction of the dam, the soil, the concrete, the steel.
Yes. The construction materials are testing in the lab. Yes, we needed the bearing capacity or carrying capacity of that materials, that soil, and also the bearing capacity of rock, etc. We needed because whenever we construct a structure or whenever we constructed building like that, we needed how much we needed or we needed to be know the carrying capacity of the or bearing capacity of that material.
Okay.
Otherwise, we improve that material with some other additional
Right.
materials or additional.
Okay. In the soil lab, ma'am, I saw that you there were people testing the different kinds of soil. So you have the samples of all the soils across the Kerala. Is that how it works?
Not at all. Not at all. When we needed to be constructed a regulator or any structure, at that site we collecting the materials, soil materials.
Let's say, ma'am, for example, if that site doesn't have a good soil, you can't construct there, right? So you say it's not good.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so the soil at the site should be good. Generally, what some people assume is that they think that they bring the soil from somewhere else. So it doesn't work like that.
For what purpose? For what purpose?
The construction of the dam, let's say, if the soil is not good in that area, can you bring soil from somewhere else and construct, or it doesn't work?
Yes. For that, for construction of earthen dam, we will do like that.
Okay.
When the material at the site is very low carrying capacity, then we will bring from other sites. It will use at the site.
But still, because the earth underneath is not that great, will it hold it?
Yes,
Will hold.
by impounding some other materials, it
Okay.
will
Make it more
improve the
stronger.
carrying capacity. Yes,
More stronger.
bonding materials, it will be
Yeah.
increase the bearing capacity,
Yeah.
and it will use.
Yeah. And in the videos also, I saw this that you were like literally pressurizing the concrete slabs, like cubical concrete slabs, and you actually calculate it in the pressure of the water. I'm sure you calculated it 1,000 times or a million times with what is
Yes,
happening in the lab.
that is the cube.
Yeah.
That cube is for taking the compressive strength, for knowing the compressive strength of the concrete. How much load will take is testing.
Okay, right. So
For knowing
even if the roads go on the dam, sorry, the car, even if the cars go on the dam and the water pressure for everything, the concrete, how much?
Not for ma'am, not for dam construction. For all the building structures, even we construct the high rise building or any other concrete structures, we are testing the concrete. We are testing the concrete for knowing the compressive strength of the concrete. We are testing how much load it will take.
Actually, this is so true that because you're testing for initially, maybe you tested for dams and huge structures that we can use into all these major constructions happening now, right?
Yes.
Same, we can help. It is a lesson from there, right? Because you use the very good concrete and soil there. You can use that for the same major structures which you construct.
Before the construction, we are doing this. We are conducting this type of testing. So when we designing a structure or when we designing a building, we will design this type of mixes, the concrete mix, which we will propose. Then we will test. Then that concrete will take or not that much of compressive strength. Then after that testing, we are constructing. We are doing in the site itself.
Any major structures you can see. This research institute particularly is taking care of the topographical survey. They are looking at the meteorological survey and they're doing the seismological survey, like everything you need, particularly like everything. Okay.
Topographical survey for the before construction of any regulated bridge or any dams, we needed to know about the topography of the area.
Okay. Can you explain more about the elevation of the area, ma'am? What is the topography of the area like?
That means the features of the land. Features of the land, whether it may be slopey type or narrow type, and also for the case of river, for knowing the bed level and water flowing level, water level, etc. Like that. How many width is the width of the river and the depth of the water. Okay. So many details we will get from the topographical survey.
How did you handle, ma'am? Like as a woman, being a director now or being a superintendent engineer back then, how is it different for you? And do you think it's hard? Is it different or you enjoyed it?
Yes, exactly. I enjoyed it. It is also it's also a different thing because we are women. We have so many things in our homes and needed to be done in our homes, and we will manage both family and our work. Yeah. Also, we will handle both at the same level. Yeah. So it's with the support of the family itself, we can do anything we can concentrate in our work. So, as a woman, it's a very hardship work to manage the
particularly in powerful position like you, handling like such huge positions, you have to be absolutely in your workplace, right? You just can't have any like anything happening in your back of the mind. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving me your time. I've been nagging you for so long.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am.